So let's get started, shall we?
Great.
Okay, fab. So how are you, first of all? How has isolation been treating you? So business as usual, or definitely feeling a difference?
Oh, hardcore feeling a difference, of course. I mean, normally we're working with a lot of people directly in our office. And I think, of course, for us, it was a big change to before. And so for us, well, the good thing is we always worked quite digitally. So that was for us a big advantage because we didn't have to get into the mood of how to create digital assets and stuff like that. We had that from the beginning. So lucky us in this case. But of course, the change was big.
How have you felt about this kind of general move to digital? Because how has it affected you?
It affected us in a way that, for us, we always, from the very beginning, I can remember 2 years ago, we already wanted to push digital assets and renderings. And I always was thinking about how can I present, how can I produce, and how can I show a collection in more sustainable, how can I not produce samples all the time? How can I show them straight away what I feel about without having a simple sketch? So for me, creating digital assets is something that is on the menu since the very beginning. What we do now is that we even have a bigger team now to create more of that kind of things. And we create renderings, we create digital fashion shows, we create we do everything for buyers to present as good as we can. So for us, it's more about that we can really show now what we're actually doing and even have the benefit that we don't have to look for new assets. That's the good thing. We don't have to change into a digital age because we try to push that from the very beginning, as I said.
You're already primed and ready for the Digital Fashion Week.
Well, it's actually quite funny. I mean, for us, it is true. We thought about that a while ago. We said, actually, we quite like it because if we talk with somebody from, there's an example, Browns, and we show them we always are in contact and we show them straight away what we do. So they have much more insight into how we design, what we design, and we're at the stage, where I can change a garment or a bag still in this one. Well, while I design it, I can still show it, then change it again, then give them an update, show them a different color. That's something, if you're working in a workshop traditionally, this is really difficult. And we have a big advantage in this case because we get feedback way earlier and what I like about it. So this is a really big advantage for us.
It's great that you're able to kind of flex your muscles a little bit in the circumstances.
Yes, I mean, these are crazy circumstances. We also try to help other people. Like we said, okay, how can we support? We have a lot of knowledge in this case. How are other small brands doing right now? Because big players, of course, they can just buy what they want. They will gonna find a way. But I think for medium to smaller brands, it's a bit difficult right now. And they're also we try to tell them a little bit and show them how you can do things.
So taking you back a little bit, you mentioned that you and Ruby, your partner, have been kind of working in a workshop at home this whole time. Have you found that creativity kind of a good thing to put your energy into? Have you been experimenting a little bit, or is it routine? Tell me about that little experience a bit.
I mean, the routine when you're working during quarantine, especially from home, I found out work and life are melting together even more. I mean, Ruby and I are partners, so we are doing the business together, and but also in private we are partners. So of course we talk a lot about the business anyway. But when you then working full time from home as well, you become a little bit into a bubble. What is okay? Creativity wise, it was quite fine because, well, we went to a really inspiring trip before. We have been in Paris before. We collected all our inspiration before we actually, before the whole quarantine hit in. So we have been in New Zealand, and I went looked for stones and clams and got a whole bag of stuff back home that I had to work off anyway. So that was for me more at home. It was really about okay, now just it's time to really focus, take the inspirations that we have. We had a lot of Zoom calls and little meetings online that I really liked, with inspiring mentors and people that we really appreciate, and therefore for us, creativity wise, it was absolutely fine. There was never a big problem for us because we also collected so much already beforehand, and it was more about it was anyway the time to really push production and push the development of the bags.
You mentioned sustainability. Is that something that you hope to see through this digital push? Is more people channeling sustainability?
I hope so. I mean, for me, you know, what I see with sustainability is like that for us, the first step is like not even having to do like certain like tryouts, or you know, we create like a whole pipeline. We animate fabric digitally. We animate like colors, like coatings, everything. Like we do flow analysis, so you don't have to do even tryouts. You know, with the whole process from like the first sketch that is also made digitally to like the product that is completely simulated and 3D animated. This is like a project that is you will know that this is the outcome, you know. So this is for us like the advantage, and I really hope that other people also will find a way how to work like that, because it's coming, you know. Like we always have been believers of like, you have to be there to tell and to talk, and it's important. But now we found that actually it's quite okay to not, you know, like you can also work like we talk right now. It's okay, you know. We can come up with ideas. We can like through the simulations we do. We can like talk on a Zoom meeting like we do now, or record something and tell them. And actually the outcome is surprisingly good. And I hope really that there is a change in fashion. I hope really there's something like a movement that is like starting now.
I hope so too. I'm excited to see what comes next for you. That sounds really promising. Sounds like you've been flourishing in difficult times.
Yes, I mean, I think it's challenging for everybody. I think we're doing the best we can do right now, and we're pushing it as hard and as strongly as we can. And yeah, it's for us as well. Like we hope there's good coming, and we are positive. Like we're really positive in general.
Good. I think that's a positive note to end on. So thank you so much for speaking with me. It was such a pleasure to talk to you.
Yes, it was lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Christoph from Published By, and this was my designers interview.